We're talking Terrence, Crutcher, and Tulsa, T.I. and Trevor Noah, Brad Pitt and Angelina's divorce, Mary J. Blige and Superhead, Coolio and Guns, Grace Vanderwaal and America's Got Talent, Yeezy, Cleats, Manhattan Explosions, the Emmys, and more on today's Headlines with Headliners.
Come on,
you know what it is? It's something about that chair, because even last week I was dancing when you weren't here, Nate.
Yeah.
Yes. See?
Okay. Well, I don't know if you're gonna feel like dancing once we start.
There it is.
When we start talking about stuff we're talking about this week, you might not feel like dancing then.
All right, well, let's dive into it. Nene hurt her knee again.
Yeah.
I
Well,
did.
We don't know how though. That's the news story. How did you hurt your knee?
I would like to plead the fifth.
No. There's no pleading the fifth. Actually, an investigation. You're not a suspect.
That Chris Brown song is dope.
You're not a suspect. So don't let her get off that easy.
I can still
How
dance.
did you hurt your knee?
You know what? Just know that I heard it.
Did you have fun
All the
doing
stuff we talk about openly and freely in here, you're gonna eject yourself from the conversation about the knee?
It's because somebody was probably ejecting themselves. And that's how you hurt your knee.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
This
listen.
your second one.
I know.
How you tear up two knees? You tore up your God-given knee, somebody else's God-given knee, and now what are we doing?
Okay, well, there's certain positions during sexy time that I haven't done in 2 years, and I thought enough time had gone by that I could do it, and apparently not. So I need an MRI.
Gosh.
What
An
position?
MRA? What? Yes.
With the frog?
You
Like,
need
what
an
can he not do
MRI
on
off
your
of a
knee?
position. She was doing the tortoise, my dude.
You can't be on top.
At all?
Yeah, no, you can't. Apparently not. I thought it was a go, but it's not. I've been practicing in the water, but
In the water? Okay.
yeah, on the stairs.
All right,
It's a long story. But
On the stairs in the water?
yeah, it's a long story. So I thought I could do it. I'm
were just
injured too. Look,
practicing?
I snapped my nail.
You've been you've been
that's not
in
true.
water practicing.
Why are you entertaining this conversation? I just want to know how. Once we've gotten past that,
Yeah.
everyone. My name is Tehran Von Ghasri. Find me at I am Tehran. This is absolute ridiculousness. How did you need an MRI off a sexual position?
Come on
and
now.
you're gonna be okay. You're just gonna talk about like as
I
if it's
just
a
have
normal thing.
questions.
Of course.
There's no way you can watch this show and not have questions. Wait, you need an MRI from a sexual position and you've been practicing underwater.
Exactly.
What?
I can't even
Because you're more buoyant
humor
in
this.
water, so
okay.
you
You should
warm
have
it
been
up.
in the water when you were doing
I
it.
should have. Next time.
That's actually never a good idea. Like that sounds really good on paper,
Yeah.
but in application, it's horrible. Like water, like getting it in the pool or anything like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It's kind of like the water's and it's like everywhere. It
I
doesn't
did
help.
it at a murky beach
It's
while
not-
babysitting kids. They were swimming by us. I was 19. Long story.
Oh, okay.
I'm too experienced. Hey guys, did I tell you my nail is broke?
Can we just comment on the two words murky beach? I think that's hysterical. So, Kanisha, tell them who you are, where they can find you.
Hi, my name is Kanisha Buss, and you can find me at Kanisha is Comedy, Kanisha.
And at the Knee Surgeons. I'm Nate Jackson.
Exactly.
You can catch me Thursday nights on MTV's Wildin' Out. This Thursday is going to be a big one. It's my second episode out of 5, and it's the one I've been waiting on the most. It's me singing a song with Keke Palmer, DC Young Fly, and Erykah Badu. So I'm excited
With
for
Erykah
that.
Badu,
Erykah
her
Badu.
vagina changes lives. Now that's a vagina that changes lives, not in a bad way, not in a knee surgery
No.
way,
I
but in
listen.
a real way. Like, and people have talked. Common actually went on and said that she has the magical pom pom.
I tried
She's
to
that boom boom that keeps boom boom.
go crazy. Like throughout my life, I've read about Common, Andre 3000. I was like,
Yeah.
man, if I ever met her, I would stay 10 feet away. But once I met her, it was like a magnet.
She's
I was
amazing,
just,
yeah.
Yes.
You'll see. Watch the episode.
Erykah Badu, I met her
There's like
one
30
time.
people there, and she's calling me by name. Like, chemistry is outrageous.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Nady Bear. I was like, Nady Bear. I'm about to get
Navy Bear,
pregnant.
Navy Bear, you were about to be in
You're
here
about
with
to be
that.
at the knee surgeon.
No, he's about to have a head wrap and like a dashiki and be
Right.
like, "Hello, everyone. This is the magical Nate Jackson.
Yeah.
You can call me Nady Bear." Talking like
I'm
you
about
were
to be
about to be like that.
enlightened.
Nathaniel X. That's what you do.
That's real. She does that.
That's
She
what
does
she
do
does.
that.
That's outstanding. Listen, we gotta jump to some stories.
Real story.
We got some meat on the bone today. It's not just gristle. Story number 1. We're gonna get right into the
We We couldn't even build up to this, huh? Slap him.
Unarmed father of 4, Terrence Crutcher, was shot and killed by Tulsa police last week. Police claim that Crutcher was uncompliant and threatening when approached. They also claimed he was reaching into his car. There's a picture there. Reaching into a car for what seemed to be a weapon. Yesterday, the video recordings of the event were released, seemingly disproving the police accounts of events. Crutcher was videoed being cooperative with his hands up before being tased to the ground, then shot in the back by
5-year veteran.
Yeah, 5-year veteran, Betty Shelby.
Betty Shelby.
So here goes the unedited helicopter video.
A lot of people don't have this. This is unedited.
Facebook.
Yeah.
He's got his hands up there for her now.
This is in the helicopter, and what's interesting about this
That's
is
Crutcher in the white.
Officer Shelby's husband is actually the one in the helicopter.
And following commands.
Not for taser, I think.
Got a feeling that's about to happen.
That looks like a bad dude, too.
That's the key. That's the clincher right there.
Police 1, they're facing westbound. I think he may have just been tasered.
Shots fired!
Ooh.
321, we have shots fired. We have
Somebody else said, ooh.
We need to here.
They need to get this eastbound closed down if they could, because they're not going to be able to let anybody.
Okay.
Look how calm they're talking about it, as if.
Police 1, we're going to need to get eastbound 36th Street North. Actually, we're just going to need 36th Street North shut down at Lewis, and then probably back off about 3 or 4 blocks to the west of there.
That's all we need. That's all we need of this film, because nothing else.
It ends
after
in
this.
2 seconds.
I mean, he got shot. So once he's shot, there's no. You can't create more of a cover up after that. They tried. They tried saying a lot of things, saying that he was being uncompliant. There's about a minute and a half before this that we don't know what happened. Now, remember, all of this happened within less than 5 minutes, the entirety of the events. Number 2, the police weren't there for Mr. Crutcher. They were actually on their way to another call, saw this vehicle left in the road, and then started investigating, which later they claimed they had been called for the vehicle on the road. They had not been. Thirdly, they're saying that
Lies!
Terrence Crutcher was being uncooperative and uncompliant.
He was cooperating.
Well, as far as we can see, his hands are above his head, and there are conflicting reports that a police officer told him to put his hands on the car while the other one said keep them above your head. So we're not sure yet. There is going to be an independent federal investigation into the matter. The Civil Liberties Union is also on top of it. They had to release these videos. Chief Jordan of Tulsa had to release these videos within 4 days of the events. Usually it takes a lot longer. The officers have not given any statements as per their right, and their union rep is probably on the case. What we do know for a fact is that Terrence's sister has come out and said that she does not want any riots or any violence to happen and protests. She doesn't want organized protests. What else we know is that this gentleman, Mr. Terrence Crutcher, was a father of 4.
Father!
He was attending Tulsa Community College, where he was studying music appreciation. He was on his way home. His car stalled out, apparently, and he was, the hood's up, as you can see in the video.
Look at the picture of him with his child here.
You can see it, because they're posting pictures of him with gold teeth and things like this. I wanted to make sure that we had an appropriate picture of him being a loving father, which is what, in all accounts, that is all we need to know. More importantly, that he was a citizen who was not under any type of or arrest. He was just minding his own business.
Yes.
Whatever the situation was, he was not a suspect in any crime. It's not like they're standing outside a bank that had just got robbed. This is an individual who's a private citizen whose car had some type of malfunction.
In the city where Black Wall Street was.
In the city where 6 months ago, police officers were convicted of manslaughter for killing another unarmed black suspect in a situation just 6 months prior to this. So it just happened, and they also had a very good story then too. And if you remember, we came off saying Sandra Bland just last week. Everyone thought everyone was crazy. Black people must be crazy. She killed herself. $1.9 million said otherwise. Or coming off of Alston, we're coming off of Oscar Grant, where we saw Oscar Grant being handcuffed, having his hands behind his back, being pushed to the ground, and then shot by a police officer who then subsequently tried to retrieve all the cell phone video footage before it aired. And thankfully for things like Facebook Live and YouTube, back then they didn't have Facebook Live, but now we do. But at that time, YouTube and things like this where you could just upload directly.
Fruitvale!
So here's the thing. This is a very, very sensitive subject, especially right now. And a lot of people are on top of this. Can't wait to see where this goes. It will be very, very disappointing to me if Officer Shelby is not charged with some type of crime. She needs to be charged. Clearly, at that point, he was no threat. And something we catch very early on is the line, he looks like a bad dude. What made him look like a bad dude? The fact that, as far as we could tell, he was a black man and happened to be of larger stature.
And that's all they could see from the helicopter.
That's all they could see.
That's all you could see.
He looked like
From
a
that
bad
far
dude.
away.
And the crazy part about that, even the people in the helicopter, all they said was, it looks like it's time for a taser. They weren't even thinking that he was going to get shot. That's what makes it even crazy. Everybody's sitting here looking like,
Play it again.
where...
Run that footage back.
That made me pause.
Run that beautiful magic footage.
What reason do you have to shoot this man? Like you said earlier, he wasn't committing a crime. You're not on the scene of a crime.
Let's go a little earlier.
Looks like a bad dude too.
Right there.
There, he looked
Taser, I think.
Time for a taser,
taser.
I think.
That's it.
Looks like that's what we got.
It's about to happen.
Yeah.
That looks like a bad dude too. To be on something.
Which way are they facing?
He could be on something.
And that's what they're saying. Officer Shelby had just received drug training previous and saying that
Fired!
seems that he might have been on PCP, which he wasn't, obviously.
Yes.
And they're also saying that he was reaching inside his vehicle. That's what they're claiming. No guns or weapons were found on his persons or inside the vehicle.
Is the window down on the car?
We can't really.
I'm just asking.
As far as we know, it's down, but we can't determine anything because a lot of the, first of all, the dash cam that we have that's been circulating on Facebook is from the farthest vehicle.
Okay.
The closest vehicle has had some malfunctioning properties, which happens a lot with body cams, with police officers and dash cams.
Especially when someone dies.
Yeah, when they're in the wrong.
Somehow. I wish the police were as bad at collecting evidence against me as they are about collecting evidence against themselves. I wish that was the case. I would never get a parking ticket. I would never get any charges. It would be amazing. Like, if they were just as bad at collecting evidence against me and all of us as they were at collecting evidence against themselves, that would be wonderful. That would be wonderful, at least when it comes to me. Now, if you're a murderer out there, I hope they collect good evidence. But guess what? These are murderers. That's a murder. We saw a murder take place.
Yeah, there was no reason to shoot this man. That's why I'm just sitting here like, it catches me off guard. There's always not a reason, but this is just, they just keep getting clearer and clearer. You know what I'm saying? It just keeps getting clearer and clearer. But for some reason, watching this, there's still majority of the people that are going to make excuses for
there
this.
are.
And that are going to say, blame it on the victim, and that are going to be more focused with us not standing for the American flag versus being upset about seeing this video.
100%.
The whole league gonna be kneeling on this coming game.
They better.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. Charles McKinney in Florida. Remember the story we covered where the Florida man was a social worker, psychotherapist who was helping his patient and just was on the ground.
Yes.
Hands, like, at this point, you're as non-threatening as a person can be.
Right.
And they still shot him.
Yeah, and then the crazy part about that interview when he said he asked the police, "Why did you shoot me?"
Said, "I don't
and
know."
she said, "I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's correct.
I do not know."
And that's the thing.
Why did she shoot him? Look at how far back they were.
That's the fear of. That's the problem with racial profiling. That's the fear. Is creating the big black boogeyman stereotype.
Yes.
Causes this. Is this a racial issue? I don't know. But do I know that this keeps happening? Even the people who are dissenters.
Yes, it's a racial issue.
We
He's
have
socially
to pay
preconditioned
attention.
to think that man looked like a bad guy. Didn't look like a bad guy to me. Could have
looks
been
like
my
he's
cousin,
on
uncle, or
something.
dad. Could have been me.
I don't know how they gathered he was a bad guy from the
50
aerial
yards
view
away?
of this. All you can tell is that he's black. That is the only thing you have from that helicopter is that he is a big statured black male. That's it.
I'm pissed. Story 2.
No. Before we go to story 2, before we go there, I do want to make sure if you guys feel a certain type of way, please comment below. We get a lot of comments about everything else we talk about, but when it comes to these serious topics, we get a lot of, oh, that's nice or that's great, but I want actual comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. Please comment below and let us know what you think.
Here's your homework.
Yes, and I appreciate
3
this picture.
sentences. Opinion backed up by 2 concrete detailed sentences, just like high school. So I want to see 3 sentences from all of y'all.
Do something. And they try to pull up some old traffic tickets of his.
They did.
Well. They'll do anything to demonize the victim, and that is
Discredit him.
absolutely crazy.
Story 2.
Go ahead.
To make sense out of the violence in the urban community and promote his new upcoming projects, rapper and philanthropist T.I. took to Trevor Noah's Daily Show and spoke on violence in the black community in hip-hop the only way Tip can. Here's a clip.
Oh, I love this man. Yes.
This is a great clip, actually.
Yes,
it's
is.
set up. And I'm not a fan of Trevor Noah's Daily Show, but I am a fan of T.I. and I'm a fan of this interview.
I like Trevor Noah's Daily Show. Just my opinion. Before this plays, I just want to say I had a recent experience where I was working on set with T.I. A lot at Hip Hop Hollywood Squares. And his level of intelligence is real. He's not just,
using big words he doesn't know what they
He's
mean.
not faking the funk. Like, he is using the right vernacular when it's supposed to be used. He's correcting other people on how to properly enunciate and pronounce things. And his timing is impeccable. And he actually, I think, in my opinion, despite all the major comics and comedians and entertainers that were on the show, I think he was literally the funniest on the show.
Oh, he's hilarious.
Now, let's watch what he says.
Now, there's always a tough question that gets thrown. I mean, I'm a huge hip-hop fan.
Okay.
And then you get people who will say, I hear you guys saying you want justice. I hear all hip-hop stars and fans saying that this is not right. But then in hip-hop, people are talking about guns. People are talking about shooting. People are saying things like, F the police.
Absolutely.
And they go like, how is this helping the dialogue? As a hip-hop artist, how do you reply to that?
Well, first of all, I think that people need to take into consideration that hip-hop traditionally has always been a reflection of the environment the artist had to endure before he made it to where he was. So if you want to change the content of the music, change the environment of the artist, and he won't have such negative things to say.
Church.
Can we just say that was an amazing, that was the most eloquent answer
I've ever heard
to that question I've personally ever heard.
He's actually answered that question that way on a couple different shows.
There's no
This
better
one
way
is
to answer it after that.
heavily
That's-
connecting.
If anybody comes up and asks me, I'm doing this word for word. Like, every time somebody asks this is exactly what everybody needs to repeat. You hear me? This is
That's
the
a big
perfect
question.
answer.
All he's doing is illustrating cause.
Yeah.
You get mad when rappers rap about it and then say, that's the effect. That's the outcome of what they've come up in and grown. What's the system that was set up that caused it?
Yeah,
and that's
they're-
what he's saying. What we need to do is reflect on how they got in this situation in the first place.
Because they're just reporting on what's going on, and like you said, in their environment
Right.
and everything they've endured. So.
And his new songs have reflected that. Actually, his videos are becoming a lot more influenced by socio-political movements, especially this Black Lives Matter movement. He's got
He has a
songs that
video.
are coming
Is
out.
that video loaded at all?
The video where it's the white people
Yes.
getting shot instead. It's not loaded. But
Dang.
that video.
Well, T.I. has a video. We'll explain it. T.I. has a video where basically the crimes or the shootings that the police are doing of unarmed black men are reenacted, but the races of the victim and the cop are swapped. So you have a young white child playing with a fake gun in a park, and two black cops pull up and shoot him in 6 seconds. You have a white guy standing there with loose cigarettes, and the police pull up and choke him out. You have a white lady, like a Sandra Bland. You have a white man saying he has his gun permit, like in Minnesota. So the images, I think, are profound, and it bothers me when people say they're powerful. Why? All he did was switch the race of who did it.
And you know what that reminds me of? A Time to Kill. And that's how he won you guys remember A Time to Kill?
Of
And at
course.
the end, he went through the entire scene of what happened to the little girl. And now imagine she was white. And it affected everybody a certain way just to change the race of the jury, of the little girl for the jury. And that's what that reminds me
And
of.
I think what Nate's saying is that the fact that all it took to make it powerful is the switch of the race, that's what the problem is.
That's the systemic social preconditioning that we have. That's the same thing that makes you look at him from 50 yards away and go, oh, he looks like a bad dude.
Yes.
And you're just verbalizing. And somebody who's watching that video, watching the footage of the helicopter flying over Terrence Crutcher, is looking at going, already thinking he looks like a bad dude.
And this is somebody that's in a position of power, somebody that is a
This is
police
somebody
officer.
Of life and death, the
is-
power of life and
You're
death.
supposed to be
Life and death.
trained to know what a bad person actually looks like.
Because
More
they
so
look
than
like
just
anything.
Exactly.
And to be fair, a bad person actually tends to look like a well-groomed white man in a suit, because a well-groomed white man in a suit has stolen more money and
Countries.
power from just even in this country than all black people in hoodies combined. Like, we forget Bernie Madoff took off like $200 billion.
His name is Madoff.
Yeah,
Made off with
made
it.
off with all that money. Like that, you can add up every criminal act that a black person's ever done. Add it all up, and it wouldn't become as much as that one person.
I got a stat that I want to put here. It's not to prove a point. It's just to give you a little something to think about. You can process it how you want. You can comment on it in the comments below. But there have been almost 5 times as many people killed from police brutality and unarmed police shootings since and then the amount of people who passed away in the 9/11 attacks.
Since that time.
So you could just.
Since that time.
Yes.
So there's been almost 5 times as many people. There was a little over 3,000 people lost. God bless their souls, and condolences to their families still to this day. But there's been almost 5 times that many unarmed black men, women, people shot and killed by the police. Just that's a
It's
little food for
breathtaking.
thought.
It's like, how do you even say anything about that?
Let's move on. Let's lighten it up. Let's lighten this thing up.
Well, I mean, it's not lightening it up. Technically, it's
This next story?
yeah.
We're going to get real light. Story number 3. Angelina Jolie's lawyer
They're not
confirms-
happy about this. You know what I'm saying? To them, this is real.
Okay. Well, Angelina Jolie's lawyer confirmed today that the actress has officially filed for divorce from Brad Pitt, citing irreconcilable differences. Jolie is seeking custody of their 6 children with visitation for Pitt. She's also requested to keep all gifts and jewelry from the relationship, as well as her own personal earnings from the start of the separation. Tabloids predict a messy divorce over the custody of the children. The divorce comes 2 years and 1 month from when they got married in 2014.
That's because it seems like so long. Like Brangelina has been like I didn't even know it's only been 2 years.
Wait,
I thought
it's only been 2 years?
only been 2 years
Now,
since
how long
they've
have
been
they
married.
been together, though?
They've been married.
They've been smashing
together
behind
for
Jennifer Aniston's back and
like-
Billy Bob
Okay,
Thornton's
at
back
least 10
for years.
years.
something like
Okay.
10. It's almost 10 years.
It's only
Not
been
even 10.
2
Yeah,
years?
that's what I'm
They
saying.
have 6 kids. You can't even have 6 kids
They
in 2
don't
years.
have 6 kids. They have adopted children and
You can't
3
even
of their own
adopt 6
children.
kids in 2 years.
They did
That
real
is
easy, and
crazy.
I wish they had
Adoption
adopted
agents are
me.
like, hold on, we don't even know if
Yes.
the first 2 are maladjusted correctly.
They have
we
a-
want 4 more. No.
Shiloh and Milo and Kylo and Pilo, all the kids.
no.
Like, okay, so the rumor is that
Let's talk about the catch up.
Mary Goyard, an actress, has been rumored to be sleeping with Brad Pitt.
This
That's
is a
the first
Russian
one.
actress?
This is a Russian actress. That's the first step. Then there's
She's
been these
supposed to be
Russian,
pregnant.
allegedly.
Okay.
Then there's
Supposedly.
also these Russian orgy ordeals that have been taking
Slow
place.
that down. There's what?
Russian orgies.
Hey,
that Brad has been having allegedly at the house.
Yeah.
And we
With
also
the kids there?
no,
All 6
with
of
no
them.
kids,
That's hard
no,
to do
no
with
kids,
kids
no
there.
kids.
Okay.
Not
No
if you're
kids
in a
present.
murky beach.
The murky part though. And then
It's Green Lake. Anyway.
the last thing is that the separation comes, and a lot of people are really upset, but people forget Jennifer Aniston is happy as.
I was about to say, if you take
She's
somebody's
so happy.
man, be prepared for somebody to
This
take
isn't
him.
the first man.
Yeah, once
Angelina
somebody's
Jolie
a
has
vine
taken.
swinger, they're
Yeah.
a vine swinger.
Yeah.
They're going through relationships like Tarzan. They don't let one vine go before they grab the next one. This
I
is it.
needed that.
Let's check out this picture of Brad and Angelina. They are getting a
This
divorce.
being happy and no more.
Those look like some fake smiles. But she's smiling because she knows she's about to leave with all her jewelry. That's my favorite
Right?
part of the
I'm
story.
keeping all my gifts.
All my stuff. And I know I was hearing people say, oh, the kids. And I was like, hey, I have a hard time feeling bad for kids with, they had a 2-parent household long enough. They'll be all right.
Oh my gosh, you're so mean. Like, stop being. No, I actually don't feel bad for those kids because honestly, I wish my parents had given me up for adoption to a Hollywood couple. Like, my parents gave me love. Yo, that's not enough. Like, I need, like, on Father's Day, I really get upset when Jaden Smith gives his dad, Will Smith, a Father's Day card, and then I have to give my dad, who, like, gave me a hug. Like, I don't, like,
Right.
Will Smith
Hilarious.
gave his son a movie. Like, After Earth really did numbers. Like,
Right.
even though it was that bad,
Karate
it
Kid
was still
2.
that good, you know? Like, I'm just saying, I love you, Dad, but
Well, at least you got it, Dad. I should just slap you right off of here.
Aw.
Okay? I got to give my mom a Father's Day card and a Mother's Day card.
you give her both?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And we didn't have no money, so I just keep losing here.
Yeah,
But I had love.
Kind of.
White women, they
and
love.
love is really like those rich kids when they're like, "Oh, I hate my parents." I'm like, that's who I want to smack. Like, yo. But love does mean a lot.
Love means everything. Oh, it's everything in the world.
No, not everything. Because when the bill collector calls, he doesn't ask for
You can't
love.
love that. You can't love. You can't love. Ain't gonna keep your phone on.
Shoot, love has kept my phone on plenty of times.
Hey.
That's what
So,
the,
yeah, they're
that's what the
breaking up.
men.
And it's actually a thing. People are really upset about it. But to me, if Will and Jada broke up, I'd be really upset. If Michelle and Barack broke up, I'd
I
be
would
heartbroken.
die.
I would no longer believe in love.
Yeah.
But Brad and Angelina,
I didn't believe it
let's
in the
be-
first place. I was like, oh, this is just a production.
Yeah, because she's been a cold piece of work anyway.
Yeah,
but
Jada's
they
a
had
first time.
so essentially, did you say the private eye was involved?
Yeah, there was a private eye.
Yeah, private
Took
eye. She
pictures.
paid a man to go to
Let me tell you
Russia.
something. Let me tell you something
He
right
has
now.
pictures of like.
You don't need a private eye. If you ever feel like you need a private eye, whatever you're feeling is true. I'm gonna just go. You don't have to go. Those
That's not
extra
true.
things.
There's private eyes that come back and go, "You were right."
No, I didn't catch you.
You can watch them. You can watch a Maury and see where the girl's like, "No, I know. I can feel it in my gut," and they'll be like, "And the lie detector determined that he is innocent."
I've never seen that.
Yeah,
I
and,
have
and they'll be
never
like,
seen
"Well, my
that.
bad. I still love you," and that's
And
when
they
I want the dude to
cry
be like,
and
"Shut
go to
your
the
jaw."
back.
No, I ain't
It
never seen
happens
that.
sometimes with the
Yeah.
guys like, because when guys, especially when the audience boos him, and then he was right,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden the audience said, no. The guy, that was the one guy I remember, he looked in the audience, he was like, no, boo now. Boo, well, boo.
He just didn't
Boo.
get caught. He
Where
just
the
didn't
booze
get
at?
caught.
Yeah, where the booze at?
He
Yeah.
just didn't get caught.
Yeah,
Just
no.
saying. So as far as
That sounds
divorces
bitter,
go,
by the way.
as far as divorces go, I don't know if I saw them for real making it. You know, I think they almost broke up 6 different times. Hence
Yes.
the children. So every time they had an argument, Angelina came home with a
Another
new
kid
baby.
came over from Cambodia.
Right? All right, so we have another divorce, which is story number 4. We'll just start it off like this. In more divorce news, R&B queen Mary J. Blige is also filing for divorce from her husband and manager, Martin Kendu Isaacs, citing irreconcilable. Come on.
You had it last story.
I preferred, I like that one.
Yeah, 'cause that's what it
Irreconcilable
is.
differences
There
as
you
well.
go.
This time, the irreconcilable differences seem to be Rendezvous Isaacs.
I prefer, by the way.
Okay,
Yeah.
well,
Just let you know.
it was
so you
me
don't bust them out.
rewinding. The Aaron, that's terrible.
Irreconcilable.
Try it.
You know, I had a hard time
Wait,
pronouncing
there's
stuff.
definitely not an ironsectomy. I don't know what that is.
Irreconcilable,
time,
guys. Irreconcilable.
Irreconcilable
There you go.
differences. Okay. He got caught messing with Superhead. Okay? Corinne Stephens.
Allegedly.
Yeah, no. He probably got caught. Because here's the
Allegedly.
thing. Corinne Stephens is
can't
down
hear.
to tell you.
Yeah.
Okay? Corinne Stephens will tell you, like, that's why I popped on your man.
She said,
And now that she had to throw hers out in that
Her name is
in the
Superhead.
hotel, she's over him. Ever
her
since
name
she
is
got rid of her
Superhead.
man.
She is Superhead. That is the name. That is what we call her. In hip hop, she is a legendary oral
Head- with
pleasurer.
headlines.
I'll tell you something. She's incredible. I've seen her work. I used to think, like, how do you get the name Superhead? Right?
What do you mean you've seen her work?
Oh, her
I've
and
seen her
Mr.
work.
Marcus? Come on
Yeah,
now.
Mr. Marcus. Okay,
Oh,
Mr.
you saw the
Marcus.
video?
Yes. Mr. Marcus is a world-renowned porn star, and you've seen him just slay everything.
Everybody.
Yeah. She, one video
Was
was
unslayable.
with him, and he was like, wait, man, we got to make a whole video. Like, she had Mr. Marcus backing up. Like, don't you want to make a whole video?
I'm going to have to
I
check
said,
this
oh my
out.
gosh.
Mr. Marcus, I hope Mr. Marcus isn't the one that had.
That's
He's the
after
one
all of that, though.
that always has the hats on.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the
No,
hat. I'm talking about the
was
STD scare.
allegedly he had
Gonorrhea.
It doesn't matter.
syphilis or
It's 2
something like
weeks
that.
Syphilis.
appeal, and he was better.
Yeah, so
Well,
he's good.
Back to
Not
making
after
movies.
he gave it away.
Well,
Give it away, give it away.
She
Give it
has
away
like
now.
she has like a compartment of just like goo that she shoots out of her mouth.
Don't do that.
Like a little snake.
Don't do that.
I'm just telling you.
Well,
Let's
so
move
So you
on
don't
because
blame the husband, is what you're saying. You don't blame Mary J. Blige's
Well,
husband.
Mary J. Blige
No, Mary
and
J. Blige shouldn't blame him. Like if you're gonna get
And
head,
Kendu Isaacs
get it from Superhead.
have had problems before. There was a time where Mary J. Blige attacked Kendu at a party and punched him to the point where he's bleeding. Mary J.
Really?
Blige has also had some very volatile relationships.
yeah.
I mean, let's not forget her in the Jodeci era.
Right.
That was a big deal. Going into this, apparently she had said that he's not allowed to be friends with any females. She was locked up in the house. She was always checking his phone. And maybe this is a self-fulfilling prophecy where she created this, like, I might as well have. Maybe he decided he might as well have.
She just asked Superhead.
The interesting part about this is
If it's not already in a book.
the fact they also had no children, so it makes it a little easier.
Yes, it always makes it easier. When
But he is her manager. And we'll
It's
see how
time
the
to get a new
hateration,
manager.
adoration,
In this jamboree.
masculation, whatever.
Monday he went away.
I just want to say that she is getting
We'll see how it
ready
goes.
to release a fire album because every time she really goes through it,
Oh, yes.
she gives the best songs ever. So nobody is upset. Everybody's waiting for this album.
By the way, did you guys know that
Same thing with R. Kelly. Every time he gets
the
convicted,
Confessions,
he comes out with some fire.
Fire.
the Usher album, Confessions
Yes.
with Chili and Usher,
Yeah, that was great
that
too.
never happened. Like they were not. That
was
album
all
was made up,
just
and
fake.
Jermaine Dupri, like the Confession song, was really about Jermaine Dupri, and he wrote it about Janet.
yeah.
But
But
I-
that's just like Lemonade.
How
so-
did you guys not
Right.
tell me about that? Was
Which
like
lost to Grease Live and broke the internet.
Ooh.
that's
We
true.
did not get the Emmy. Grease Live got the Emmy over Eliminate.
That is
and the
true.
Beehive got to buzzing.
They
All
did
right, we
get to
got to
buzzing.
keep it pushing because there are 9 minutes left and we have several stories. I'm going to make an executive decision. We're going to skip 2 of them. But I will say this. Coolio is back in the news after being absent for 20 years or so, other than his show at Jazz Bones in Tacoma, Washington. The Gangster's Paradise rapper was arrested at LAX after a stolen,
you show the new picture of him?
loaded
Can you show the
weapon.
new
Yeah,
picture
don't
of
show the
him?
one with hella braids. Show the ones with the ones that are left.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Coolio.
That Coolio got arrested. The other Coolio
It's
is
still
innocent.
Coolio,
Gangsta
okay?
Yeah, he's
well,
a-
he wasn't innocent. He was also a felon. But this one, the new Coolio.
That, I can believe this. Coolio.
Wait, that's his forehead changed. Go back to the other picture. Now come back to this new one.
It's his hairline.
Go back to the old one. All right, now he has a chin in this one and full lips and cheekbones. Let's
and this
go.
one,
There it
this is LeBron's baby.
Oh, no.
I don't even think that's the same 2 dudes. Go back to the first one. I'm sorry.
That's Coolio.
Okay, wait.
Can you get to the
Listen,
story?
this is
Not yet.
Coolio.
Look at the nostrils. Now let's go to the old Coolio.
And this is uncoolio.
How his nostrils is round now. He got a different nose. Go back to the other one. He's got a pointy tip nose on this one. Go to the other one. Round. I don't
Get to
understand.
the story.
So
Get to the
Coolio
story.
smoked his nose. All right, so he's back in the news after he got caught at LAX Terminal 3 with a loaded weapon.
Hey, that's
Stolen.
Loaded
That's
stolen
what makes
gun
it even
found
worse.
in
A
his bag.
stolen gun.
Yeah, the artist
That don't mean
born.
he
His
stole it.
carry-on gun. His carry-on.
Yeah, and his birth name is Artist Leon Ivy Jr.,
Yes.
who the second picture looks like.
he was charged.
Charged with felony possession of a firearm and by a felon and possession of a stolen firearm. His bond was set at $37,808,
I
which
need to
is,
know how
I think
that
that's the minimum.
Yes.
He just go down there with $37.80 and he's out of there.
No, it would have been 3,700.
Yeah, I get it. It's 10%.
But
Yeah.
still, he did pay bond. He is out. It was him and his bodyguard. His bodyguard
Claimed it was his.
tried to claim, but Coolio went in and said it was after they investigated and asked questions. Bodyguard was released. We don't know the details.
Right.
It was him and some friends, and they are now saying that it was one of the friends' guns that was in his bag. Whatever it was, he got arrested. He hasn't been in the news for at least 20 years.
Yeah.
So is he innocent or is it his gun?
He's guilty. Can we look? This, you want to remember how you look at
First
a
of all,
new guy-
do you know
this-
how many people I know with stolen guns? Sometimes you need an unregistered weapon, okay? That
That's the
doesn't
only
mean
time you
he was
should
gonna
use
do-
it. Your gun should not be registered to you if you're going to shoot it at
Okay,
somebody.
hold on.
You want to be able
hold
to
on,
throw
guys.
it.
Can we just say at Headlines with Headliners, we do not condone this behavior at all?
Allegedly.
You should register
Allegedly.
your guns.
All I'm saying is,
should not be firing them. We do
Okay,
things
this is,
legally.
I think the
That's
most
fine.
important part of this is who is coming after this fool right here? Like, who does he need for protection from? He don't have no outrageous fans. I think
him?
Coolio
Oh,
will be
he
fine.
has beef. For sure. Hella
but
people.
who? His hairdresser?
He looks mushable. Like, that's the problem. People like, you should be Coolio, bruh. Like, he's got the gun just to tell people, I swear to God, I'm him, bro. And they look at the other picture of this one, and they're like, there's no way that's you. Like, you had 27 little locks on your head, and now you smoked 24 of them.
This is bad. Well, why? First of all, it should
Why
be a crime.
keep those?
It should be a crime just to keep those. Exactly. That should be. He should be charged with that.
This
Second
is
of
like
all,
a Wendy's logo gone wrong.
Second of all, when they did arrest him,
Like the red pigtails are gone.
Yeah.
they arrested him. And he
Wendy's.
went through the airport. You know, you're going through the airport. You are not allowed a gun. Like one
Yes.
place, you're not allowed to carry on a firearm.
Maybe his braids
is
are too tight.
on
He forgot.
The plane.
Right.
If he had checked his bag, none of this would have been a problem.
Outrageous.
Well, if they didn't charge for checked bags, I'll tell you that.
We're going to
Man.
keep up with that story because we don't want to judge a Coolio by its cover, and we want to make sure that we are honest. Now, Grace Vanderwaal, this is story 6. Big winner of America's Got Talent, 12 years old ukulele player. She stole the hearts of the judges, fans, and the world with her original song. She's slated to receive $1 million. She's already been paid, and a headline amongst other acts. And
At Planet Hollywood.
yeah, like the Clairvoyants, Tape Face, and others in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Let's see
so
this video.
let's just play this quick video. She's 12 years old. I don't think we should.
Let me tell you something. In Vegas, last thing I want to see is some kids.
This is her original song, by the way. She sang all originals.
Baby Adele.
Exactly. That's her mom. Honestly, that was sweet. And she got the golden buzzer. And that was her first. That was the first. So she went on and she went to semifinals and then the finals and she won all original works. Congratulations to her. Amazing. She is, to me, a baby Adele.
Yes.
My thing is she more special than a black kid at her same age?
Because I know some kids.
I mean, I'm not even going to make it about race.
But
what
she's
I will
amazing.
make it about is this. I hadn't seen that. I saw the story, I saw the clip, but I hadn't seen her playing. I don't know if she deserved to win. $1 million and headlining in Vegas needs to go to somebody who we can tell is actually talented. When somebody sings original music, now take this from somebody who hosts R&B showcases all over the country. Well, Seattle and LA. But when people sing a cover song, you can tell their amount of talent because you've heard the cover song. You know when the high notes are coming. You know when stuff is happening. You know if they're messing up. She could do an original and just play it off.
She wrote the song at 12.
Yes, I feel like for 12 years old, she's very talented.
My niece wrote songs at
Listen,
7,
if you caught a 12-year-old, like the guy who got Justin Bieber or
She
Usher
won for
at 14,
being a cute little white girl.
She didn't win for being a cute little white girl. She won because she was a talented artist who actually had a very original voice with original works.
She couldn't beat Ruben Studdard.
Also be a cute.
Couldn't beat Ruben Studdard.
She could not beat Ruben Studdard's singing ability, but her
She's
original
young.
ability.
She could be developed.
I'll tell you this.
Developed. But is that $1 million contract?
Yes, for Simon Cowell, who has developed artist after artist after artist, and whose show this is, 100%. It only makes sense. The Clairvoyants were actually the best group.
Right.
Who went in. They were so good, people didn't even realize how good they were. They were doing things that were outrageous.
Okay, can I say something? She is one song good, but is she a full concert good?
She actually did
question.
4 songs, 4 different original songs.
When
They
you
were
pay
all very good.
Vegas tickets are $150. You gonna show up to see her play 28 songs?
Would you want to see her do 4 songs in a row? I could watch her do that whole song and go, "This is cool." Could I watch her do an hour for $1 million? What is she doing? An hour on stage?
I think she'll probably do about 30, 40 minutes.
Not only that, I'm gonna be looking at my kids going, "Man, what the hell you doing?"
Oh, her mother is
that's
real
what I
glad
feel.
she didn't take that plan B.
Want a Call of Duty and some Jordans.
Exactly.
All right.
You gotta hit that. You gotta hit the Emmy story. Last one.
All right, I'll just skip over here. So, you talking about Jimmy Kimmel?
Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel.
More news about bombs. Many critics are saying that the host...
No, skip over the bombs. Go straight to Jimmy Kimmel at the end, because we only have 2 minutes.
Critics are saying the host, Jimmy Kimmel, bombed as the host of the 2016 Emmy Awards. The 68th Emmy Awards took place this weekend in Hollywood.
No, he got it.
And some were not happy with the host and his choice of humor, including and especially this joke regarding Bill Cosby.
We got to see this.
Culminating in a meme
especially
with
us
Tina
as
Fey's
comedians.
face.
Ladies and gentlemen, 4-time Emmy Award winner, Dr. Bill Cosby.
He's not really here. I just wanted to see what you guys would do.
Yes, that was a
That
Bill
was it.
Cosby.
People went crazy when they saw it. Like Tina Fey, Emily Carper, their faces were just disgusted by the fact that they thought Dr. Bill Cosby might be coming out on the stage. And there's a popular meme with Tina Fey's face that's going around because she was just shocked and dismay.
In shock that he may be walking out, or in shock that he is not there and it was a prank?
No.
That he may be walking out, that they would have that. They're ridiculous.
And then they were very upset when they found out it was just a joke. Some people laughed. I was at the Emmys. People thought it was funny. I thought it was hilarious.
That's funny. I
but
thought
people
something
were really
real
offended.
happened.
That's funny. And if you don't know, let's see their faces. Is this wow?
Her face is just
in shock.
I am appalled.
Appalled. That's a great way to put it. She was appalled that he might be there.
She wants to know who is doing his PR.
To be honest, Dr. Cosby, you know, as a person, listen, I don't condone his actions at all.
What actions? Allegedly.
His alleged actions. But I will say that he deserves an Emmy for that acting job for 40 years. We believe this nigga was a nice dude. Like, he was
I
great.
think he still is.
It's all alleged. Now, here's what's not alleged. That's Tehran Von Ghasri. That's Kanisha Buss. I'm Nate Jackson. You can catch him at
Mondays and Thursdays at 10 o'clock at the Laugh Factory. Also, show me on Fox at I Am Tehran on all social media. Please follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I need the numbers.
All right, you can catch me over at All Def Digital or SiriusXM. Kanisha is comedy. I need some numbers too.
At Mr. Nate Jackson. Follow me. I'll beat y'all. I also got some videos on YouTube. Get your laugh on. Peace.
Nate Jackson.
Headlines with headliners.
Oh my God.
From executives Keven Undergaro, Dario Christie, Gianna Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African-American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scipio. Instagram me at KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in. The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.